Hello everyone, welcome to Military Schedule. Today, we bring you a powerful and moving collection of the life stories of brave Ukrainian and foreign soldiers who fought and gave their lives in the Ukraine war. Among them, we highlight the courageous Ukrainian volunteers who served as combat medics, facing danger head-on to save lives amid the chaos. In this video, you will learn about the sacrifices and bravery of these heroes, whose stories deserve to be told and remembered. Get ready for a journey of courage, dedication, and humanity amidst one of the most intense conflicts of our time. Anastasia Savka, before February 24, 2022, lived in Lviv, where she raised her son Yarim and worked as an administrator at an automotive service center. When the war began, Anastasia joined the ranks of the armed forces of Ukraine and became a sniper, receiving the call sign Phoenix. As part of the 118th Brigade, she participated in combat in the Zaporizhia region. Anastasia was known for her strong character and resilience. She believed she was born to be a sniper and embodied a fearless and determined personality. In late November 2023, during combat operations in Zaporizhia, Anastasia Savka accidentally stepped on a Russian landmine. The fragment severely damaged her left leg. Fellow soldiers immediately applied a tourniquet and transported Anastasia to a first aid station. However, it was not possible to save her leg due to the severe injuries. Currently, Anastasia Savka is undergoing rehabilitation at the Unbroken National Rehabilitation Center in Lviv. Despite the severe injury, Anastasia Savka is determined to return to the front lines with a prosthetic leg to continue fighting for Ukraine's freedom. Anastasia Kunitska, known as Nastya, joined the Azov Regiment in 2019 when training for new recruits was organized. Nastya lived in Mariupol and served in Urzów, where the main base of the Azov Regiment was located. By that time, she was already serving when Vladislav Oksenchuk also joined the regiment. Vladislav adopted the military nickname Desmond. Nastya liked Vlad from the start, and it was love at first sight. She showed her mother a picture of Vlad on her phone and said, "Look at this cool guy, I should meet him." That was how their communication, friendship, and love began. Both young people joined the Azov Regiment for the same reason. They did not want to pretend that nothing was happening in Donbass. When the war against Russia started, Nastya and Vlad were in different bunkers of the Azovstal steelworks. During this time, they did not see each other anymore. On the night of May 3, 2022, the commanders suggested that Nastya and other women leave Azovstal. She had the opportunity to leave the factory but refused, saying, "As long as Vlad is here, I won't leave." At that time, Mariupol was heavily bombed, and 5 female defenders who were in the bunker with Nastya left and fled. One of them died during the bombing, and the other 4 defenders who fled will have to live with what happened there. The bunker where Anastasia Kunitska was located was hit by a missile, and she died along with the regiment's psychologist Natalia Lugovska at the age of 23. Vladislav Oksenchuk was wounded and captured by Russian troops. Gaston Besson was a French combatant known for his participation in wars around the world. Besson was a veteran with a diverse military career, having served in conflicts in the Balkans, Laos, Myanmar, and Latin America, always on the front lines. Regarding the homeland war in Croatia in 1991, Besson said that it was not just any war, but a massacre of men. The foreign fighters fought for one reason, and that reason was neither politics nor Catholicism, but because this war was simply very unjust. When he returned to Croatia years later, Gaston Besson married Ivana and later discovered that she was a 6-year-old girl he had saved during the war. When the war in Ukraine began, he joined the Azov Battalion and is considered one of the founders of the International Legion of Ukraine. In June 2022, Gaston Besson was killed during a Russian artillery attack in the Kharkiv region. Confirmed at the time by French authorities, it was reported that he was one of the first French combatants to lose his life in the conflict between Russia and Ukraine. Dalton Medlin, since childhood, aimed to help people. Even at that young age, he thought about becoming a police officer or a soldier. Dalton Medlin served in the U.S. Army as an infantryman from July 2017 to November 2021. After proudly serving for 4 years, Dalton returned to civilian life, working for Walmart. The transition was not satisfying for him. He missed the camaraderie and sense of purpose he enjoyed in military life, and he missed the feeling of actively helping people. When the war began, Dalton Medlin saw the opportunity to help people in need. He knew his military skills would be needed. Upon arriving in Ukraine, he joined the Chosen Company, a group of foreign fighters composed of English-speaking veterans. Dalton Medlin was given the nickname Gimli, a reference to a character from the movie The Lord of the Rings, due to his long red beard. On September 27, 2023, Dalton Gimli Medlin was leading an assault on 3 Russian bunkers when he was shot. While Gimli lay on the ground, wounded but still alive, a Russian soldier approached him, coldly pointed a gun at his head, and fired. Ukrainian drones hovering overhead observed what happened. The Russian soldiers used Gimli's body as bait. They hid grenade launchers designed to kill anyone who tried to recover the body. Enena Cybak began her journey in conflict zones at the age of 16, when she started volunteering to help soldiers. Before the war escalated, Enena was writing her master's thesis and working in media, producing a film about children in remote villages of Ukraine in the Donetsk and Luhansk regions. Enena's commitment to the cause led her to acquire medical skills and join the Hospitalers Medical Battalion, a Ukrainian volunteer medical battalion, where she evacuated wounded soldiers from the front lines. Enena Cybak, call sign Cheka, was tasked with providing critical first aid under intense conditions, often saving lives by stabilizing wounded soldiers before they could be evacuated to safer locations. Despite having no formal medical or military training, Enena became highly skilled through practical experience and training with specialized units. Enena participated in combat missions in the regions of Kyiv, Avdiivka, Pisky, Marinka, and other points in the Donetsk region. On November 16, 2023, Cheka was awarded the Order of Merit Grade 3 by the President. On May 29, 2024, Enena Cheka Cybak was killed in combat on the Kharkiv front, just days before her 26th birthday. Enena left a farewell letter, written more than a year earlier, and a wish for her funeral. Instead of flowers, give gifts to the battalion and support the families of the victims. Daria Filipa was born in Sumy, but in recent years she lived in Kiev. She received her education at Sumy State University. Daria first joined the army in 2019, driven by a sense of duty to the country. She completed a combat medic course and, due to her quick reactions, earned the call sign Bliskavka, which translates to lightning. When Russia invaded Ukraine, Daria Filipa joined Kiev's territorial defense and began teaching combat medicine to others. For Daria, it was very important that on the battlefield she was seen not only as a woman, but also as a citizen of this country. Daria once said that she managed to save the lives of all the soldiers she treated. Daria Filipa also worked in the 24th Separate Mechanized Brigade, and in January 2023, she received the honorary insignia Cross of Steel. In August 2023, Daria Lightning Filipa was killed in combat against Russian troops on the front line. She left behind a 4-year-old son, and her death was a significant blow to those who knew and worked with her. Marichka Vlasuk was born in 1994 in the village of Bystrichi, Berezny district, Rivne region. Marichka had 2 accidents, which led her to decide to save people. She enrolled in the Rivne Basic State Medical College to become a paramedic. Marichka had participated in sports competitions since childhood and loved doing push-ups. Despite her short stature, she had a big heart, willpower, and courage. After graduating from college, Maria Vlasuk worked at Rivne City Hospital as an X-ray lab assistant in the CT department. During procedures, she communicated with frontline soldiers who were being treated for injuries sustained in eastern Ukraine. In 2015, she decided to enlist in the 80th Separate Air Assault Brigade. In 2017, she received a military ID and started working under contract with the 80th Brigade. In October 2018, a paramedic position became available in the Donetsk region. The first rotation in the east lasted 7 months: Mariupol, Berdyansk, Novoazovsk, Shirokine. Together with the driver, they picked up the wounded from the front line and quickly transported them to the hospital. At the end of the rotation, she transferred to another battalion's brigade. During her vacation, Marichka completed a combat tactical medicine course at the same Desna training center. She participated in the Platoon Combat Medic course, which lasted 3.5 months. Returning to the brigade, she taught civilian medicine. Interestingly, Sergeant Vlasuk has more than 20 parachute jumps to her name. Friends said she was never afraid. Marichka wanted to go to university and become a traumatologist. She dreamed of practicing medicine, saving people, loved French bulldogs, and made plans for the future. In 2020, Sergeant Vlasuk returned to the Joint Forces operation in the East. There, she witnessed the large-scale Russian invasion of Ukraine in February 2022. She served as a paramedic in the company's evacuation department. On May 24, 2022, she stopped communicating. Marichka Vlasuk was on a mission to evacuate wounded soldiers when the road was bombarded by Russian artillery. She was found dead from shrapnel wounds near the village of Bilohorivka, Severodonetsk region, Luhansk, while on her way to evacuate her wounded comrades. Tatiana Fenko spent her childhood in Gostomel, a region near Kiev. After school, Tatiana graduated from college, specializing in dairy production technology. However, her passion was working in the furniture manufacturing industry. In 2014, Tatiana met her future husband, Volodymyr, who volunteered for the front. After Volodymyr returned in 2015, the couple married and had a daughter. Volodymyr knew that if there was a war of great proportions, his wife would go to the front with him. On February 24, 2022, Volodymyr and Tatiana sent their daughter abroad with a close person. They acted consciously, as they were preparing to go to the front. They then prepared a power of attorney with a notarized signature in case of the death of both, so that this loved one could legally adopt their 8-year-old daughter. Initially, the Fenko couple served in intelligence. Tatiana received the call sign Murka and was an excellent machine gun and sniper rifle master. The couple was together during the liberation of the Kharkiv Oblast and survived hellish battles. On March 5, 2023, near Bakhmut, during an assault and enemy artillery fire, a Russian artillery shell hit the trench where the Fenko couple was. Murka died instantly, and her husband suffered a concussion. However, he crawled to his beloved and carried her for over 1.5 miles to the evacuation site. Tatiana Fenko was 30 years old. Alla Pushkarchuk dropped out of Karpenko-Kary University and gave up a promising career as a theater critic to go to war in 2014. She received the call sign Ruta and served in the 5th Separate Battalion of the Ukrainian Volunteer Army as a journalist and photographer. After demobilization, she worked as a journalist and news editor at Ukrainian Week magazine from 2018 to 2020. During this period, Ruta also worked as a political analyst and blogger. When Russia invaded Ukraine in 2022, Ruta joined the Ukrainian Armed Forces. She served alongside her husband, Maxim. They got married while on the front lines. In addition to her military duties, Ruta continued to show her passion for reading and writing, carrying about 20 books with her despite logistical challenges. Ruta was also known for her kindness and frequently rescued animals along the front line. On April 25, 2023, Alla Ruta Pushkarchuk was killed during a Russian artillery attack in the Donetsk region, in the arms of her beloved Maxim. She was 27 years old. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.